Alright, so now we're talking about slope in the context to which you're accustomed to seeing it. So here we have change in y over change in x. That's one way of thinking of it. And our y changes by 4 units up over our x change is 3 units forward. Those are both positive, so our slope would be 3/4. If we think of vertical change over horizontal change, it's the same idea. If this is our line going through these 2 points, you have to go up, starting at a point on your line, up 4, over 3, forward 3 to get back onto your line. If we're thinking of the coordinates for it, then those are the coordinates, and we can think of this as point 2 and this is point 1. So here's our y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. It's a -1. And that would reduce to 4 over 3. Same slope as we got before. Or rise over run. It's just from one point, rise, up, run, forward. Now let's discuss our different instances of slope. Positive is uphill like that, so that would be a positive slope. Negative slope looks like a downhill, so if you imagine you were skiing downhill, it would be going from left to right, that would be a negative slope. Slope of 0 is just a horizontal line. That's like 0 fun, right, if you're skiing. Also think the rise is 0, the run is something. So 0 over any number would equal just 0. And then this is undefined for this. All right, and that's because you have a rise of something and a run of 0. Something divided by 0 is undefined. All right, now just a few examples of finding slope from a graph. So you start at one point and then go to another one. So the rise is down 1 and the run is forward 4. So 1/4 is our slope. And we always want to reduce it whenever possible. So here we have a rise of 4 and a run of 6. So that's a rise of 4, a run of 6. It's a positive slope, so we have a positive number here. But I want to reduce that to 2/3, and that's my final answer there. So this is a horizontal line, which you should automatically know is a slope. We use m for slope of 0. Right? Or if you were to pick 2 points, that would be a rise of 0 and a run of 4 in this case, which equals 0. Now this one doesn't have the points marked, so you got to pick intelligent points. So here it crosses the grid, here, here. So those are the different points I would choose to use. I'm going to pick 2 close ones, rise of 3, run of 1. So our slope is 3. And now let's, you got a you try there on that. And then the next thing is given 2 points finding the slope. So what we're going to do is 5. So here's our y2, here's our y1, minus 0 over 1 minus 8 gives us 5 over 9. And that fraction is our rise over run. That's our slope. Here we have a 3 minus 3. And a -4 minus 8, which gives us a 0 over 12, which is a 0 slope. So that corresponds to a horizontal line. You should always try to have these pictures in your head while you're doing your homework. Okay, so you know what the picture looks like that goes with the slope, with the numbers. So we have here 7 minus 1 over 4 minus 4 is an 8 over 0, which is an undefined slope, and that's going to be a vertical line. All right, lastly, we have 4 minus 2 over 3 minus 9 gives us 6 over -6. So that reduces to 1 over 1, and it's negative, so our slope here is -1. Sometimes you'll see me write just a number, sometimes you'll see me write the m equals. Both are fine. Alright, so now these weird ones. Well, we got our slope equation, which is this. And in this case, we're given 4 out of the 5 numbers, right? There's 5 different numbers here to plug in, and we're given 4 of them. So, whoa, that was a little fast, sorry. Let's call this point 2, this point 1. So there's our y's. There's r is there, the first x2, and then the x1 is there, and then the slope is 1. So 4 out of the 5 things are given. Now we just plug it in and do our slope formula. Only one of our things is an r. All right, so we're going to solve for this. Usually we're solving for this. So we go ahead and do that. Simplify it. Now I put that 1 over 1 so I can solve this like a proportion. And I distribute, solve, and add to both sides. R equals -4. So that's what makes that slope work. On the second one, I plug them into the slope formula. I'm going to simplify and then cross multiply. Now cross multiplying, when I do that, don't forget to distribute this 4 to the 3 and the r. That's why I got 4, or that, yeah, that's why I have the 4r over 12 plus 12. It's because I distribute the 4 to both of those. Don't forget that. Then I solve, and I get r equals 3. 3 completes that problem. All right, so sorry for the longer video. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you in class.